This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Dr Mahathir Mohamad has given his statement to the police over his controversial remarks concerning the loyalty of Indians to the country. In a press conference today, he told reporters he was puzzled why others who made sensitive statements were not investigated.
Former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad has given his statement to the police over remarks he made in a recent interview with Tamil news channel Kinitv. The process at the Perdana Leadership Foundation in Putrajaya took around 1 hour. In a press conference later, Mahathir said it was his 10th interview with the police, which shows that it is not difficult to investigate a tune.
10 hari. Nampak cukup mudah nak investigate tune. Dah jadi tune lah kalau ada investigation 10 kali. Yang tak jadi tune, terlepas. Nama-nama dalam Pandora paper, Panama paper, orang itu disebut. Tak ada siasatan. Ada juga orang yang dilapor membuat salah. Pun tak ada siasatan.
Mahathir also questioned why only he is being investigated when there are many others who made remarks concerning the 3R issues of race, religion and royalty who are not investigated. Several police reports had been lodged against Mahathir over his comments in the interview. During the interview, he had claimed that Indian Malaysians were not completely loyal to the country as they still identify with their country of origin. Among others, he said one should identify as Malay to have the right to call the country their own.
The wife of Daim Zainuddin has claimed trial to failing to abide by a MACC notice to disclose her assets. She pleaded not guilty during proceedings at the KL court this morning.
Naima Abdul Khalid, the wife of businessperson Daim Zainuddin, has claimed trial for failing to abide by an MACC notice to disclose her assets. She was charged under Section 36(2) of the MACC Act 2009 at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court this morning. Naima was alleged to have committed the offence by giving a sworn written statement that did not comply with the MACC notice under Section 36(1) of the MACC Act. She was accused of committing the offence between December 13th and 14th last year. If found guilty, she may be jailed for up to 5 years and may be fined up to 100,000 ringgit by the criminal court. Among the assets she allegedly did not disclose involved multiple lands, properties and Mercedes-Benz vehicles. Other alleged items involved in the non-disclosure are concerning 2 companies, namely Ilham Tower Senderan Berhad and Ilham Baru Senderan Berhad. The prosecutor also applied for the accuser's passport to be surrendered to the court and for her to report to the nearest MACC office once a month. Judge Azura Alwi then set bail at 250,000 ringgit with 1 local surety and ordered Naima to surrender her passport to the court pending disposal of her case. Azura also set March 22nd for mention of the case.
In a press conference later, Naima claimed there's a plot to tarnish her husband's reputation and exact political revenge. She also vowed to prove her innocence in court.
Naima Abdul Khalid, the wife of former Finance Minister Daim Zainuddin, has vowed to prove her innocence in court after being charged with failing to declare several assets. She also told reporters that she committed no crime and maintained that Anwar is attempting to settle old political scores.
The real crime is the coordinated plot to tarnish my husband's reputation and exact political revenge and retribution against him and our family. This one will block. The real crime is the emasculation and manipulation of key national institutions such as the MACC and the AGC as weapons in a political vendetta.
She also had a message for Anwar as she quoted the words of William Shakespeare, reminding the Prime Minister that power does not last forever.
I say this to you, Anwar Ibrahim, that power is brief and there's always reckoning for those who abuse it. As the bard, whom you often quote, says, "Man, proud man, dressed in a little brief authority. The rest you know."
Naima declined to answer questions on Daim's health condition, but said that she had to leave for the hospital to be with him.
Moving on to Muhyiddin, the former Prime Minister has hit out at Anwar for focusing on political foes instead of helping the people. Muhyiddin claimed the people are suffering economically under the Madani government.
Former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has taken aim at Anwar Ibrahim, citing record low currency exchange levels and lower than expected GDP growth under his administration. The Bersatu president took to Facebook to accuse Anwar of being more determined to secure his political future instead of improving the lives of people in the country. He said it's been more than a year since the Madani government took over and people's lives are getting harder. Muhyiddin added that Anwar seems to be more busy making sure that his political enemies are suppressed than focusing on solving the people's problems. He elaborated that yesterday the ringgit fell to its lowest level in 26 years, 4.728 against the US dollar, while Malaysia's GDP last year only grew at a rate of 3.8%, failing to reach the 4 to 5% target previously projected. In addition, Malaysia's trade volume also continued to plummet in December last year, when it recorded a decline for the 10th consecutive month since March 2023, he said. The Pago MP also claimed that the people will be increasingly burdened with the increase in the sales and service tax and new taxes such as the high-value goods tax at a rate of between 5 and 10% and the low-value goods tax sold online at a rate of 10%.
Government spokesperson Fahmi Fadzil has refuted suggestions that Anwar wants revenge and is behind the cause for investigations against several people, including Mahathir and his family.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has never issued a personal order to investigate any individual with the title of Tun, including family members of former Premier Dr Mahathir Mohamad. This is according to Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil. Fahmi also denied that the MACC investigation involving Mahathir's family was motivated by revenge. Fahmi was quoted as saying in a report by Sina Harian that the coalition government does not interfere with any MACC investigation. He added that all investigations are based on the law and all this is not revenge politics as claimed by Mahathir. Fahmi explained that although the government has never interfered in MACC affairs, the government has the right to examine matters involving people's money. This came after Mahathir slammed Anwar's claims that it was not easy to investigate a Tun. Mahathir had said that he believed it is harder to investigate those in power, especially the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and the MACC Chief, instead of a Tun. Citing the ongoing MACC investigation on Mirzan, Mahathir also hit out at the government for pressing his elder son for evidence of his alleged misconduct. Meanwhile, Fahmi repeated the government stance that there was no personal element involved. He also advised Mahathir to reflect on himself and not make statements that could deliberately scare the people.
After rejecting the local council posts, Selangor UMNO now wants to helm the village committee positions. A source said the matter has been handed over to the coalition leadership for negotiations.
Selangor UMNO will leave it to the Pakatan Harapan BN leadership to decide on the village committee posts. A source close to the state government told Malaysia Kini the Selangor administration has handed the matter over to the coalition leadership. They added negotiations will not be rushed and may take some time. This was in relation to Selangor UMNO Chief Megat Zulkarnain Omardin's request for 373 village committee posts. This came after they declined the 20 state local council posts offered by the State Harapan administration. Megat said they decided last Friday to return the local council post quota to Harapan out of respect for their influence in urban areas. He added they hoped for Harapan to take care of the urban areas while UMNO handled villages. On January 16th, Malaysia Kini reported that the Selangor state government was unable to complete the appointment of councillors involving 12 local authorities for the 2024 to 2025 session. According to a source in the state government, UMNO's refusal to accept Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syari's offer has complicated the appointment of 272 new council members. Meanwhile, Batu Tiga Assembly Person Daniel Al-Rashid Harun Aminah Rashid said negotiations are needed to resolve the allocation of village committee positions. Elaborating, Daniel said that the method of dividing seats for political appointees is according to the ratio of seats won, which has been used since 2008 by Pakatan Rakyat until now. He added, although this method is different from the practice commonly used in BN, he hoped that UMNO can follow the best method used.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.